Good evening. What's your name?
Austine Martinez.
You've been charged with assault and disorderly conduct. I'm going to order that you not initiate contact with the alleged victim. You already are being held on a felony, and the state let's see. I'm going to hold you on a $1,000 bond. Attorney Jill Gookin will be appointed to represent you. Your next court date will be on video on Monday, March 10th at 1 p.m. And you are excused.
Así. Right here?
Hello, what's your name?
Gladys Castello.
All right, you're charged with misdemeanor domestic violence assault. I'm going to order that you not commit any acts of domestic violence, and you are not to have any contact with Lupita Rosa.
Okay, thank you so much.
Stay away from her home and workplace.
Thank you. I will.
You don't need to respond like that. Don't possess any firearms or other weapons, no acts of domestic violence. You are on federal probation. Contact your assigned probation officer the first working day following release from custody. And let me review this for just a moment here. Bond is set in the amount of $500. You're going to be seen on Monday the 10th at 1 p.m. on video, and attorney Jill Gookin is appointed to represent you. You're excused. Hello, what is your name?
Myra Figueroa.
You're charged with domestic violence, criminal damage. I'm going to order that you not commit any acts of domestic violence. I understand that there is a person on this call that wishes to speak. You may identify yourself and then talk to me about your preference for conditions of release.
My name is Robert Jones. I just joined the call to try and dismiss her charges. I originally called to
Okay,
just have,
that's sufficient. You don't need to talk about the facts. I am going to release her. And I've noted that uh, you want contact with her. Is that correct?
yeah, I do. Again, I also, if possible, dismiss the charges.
I can't do that. So you're going to have to talk to
Okay.
the prosecuting attorney about that. You are released, ma'am. Your next court date is March 18th at 10:30. And no acts of domestic violence. Okay, you're excused. Hello, what is your name?
Preston Heymore.
Okay, one moment. Let's see. Heymore. So Heymore, you have an arrest warrant out of Pima County Justice Court on a theft charge. And you're being held on another matter. You already have an attorney representing you. And I am not gonna hold you on this misdemeanor warrant. If I could make this thing cooperate. Next court date is March 18th, 10:30. Pima County Justice Court. You're excused. Hello, what's your name? You meet it.
Joseph Cottonhouser.
Okay, say again.
Joseph Cottonhouser.
Joseph. Number 6. All right, so you've got an arrest warrant on a domestic violence assault and domestic violence disorderly conduct case from 2022. You also have a probation hold. This warrant has a listed bond of $50. I'll impose that. And you're gonna be seen on Monday at 1 o'clock on video, Pima County Justice Court. and you are represented by attorney Janet Altshuler. You're excused. Hello, what is your name?
Kav Christian Miller, sir.
Mr. Miller, you're charged with shoplifting. I'm going to order that you not return to any Walmart and don't have contact with any alleged victim. You have an out-of-county probation hold. Bond in this case is set for 500, and you're going to be seen tomorrow, not tomorrow, but Monday at 1 o'clock on video. Attorney Jill Gookin will be representing you. You're excused. You're excused, sir. What's this card for? Well, it says Pima County Consolidated Justice Court. The rest of it's in Spanish. No hablo español, whatever. I don't even know. Huh?
That's I don't speak Spanish. That's about all Spanish I know.
Well, I recognize, but the rest of it, I don't know what it says.
Skips, they're probably gonna be sweet.
Well, they skipped this one too.
I think that's the only one that they skip.
So this is Mr. Castro. Hello, what is your name? You're muted. There you go. What's your name?
Philip Christopher Castro.
Mr. Castro, you have several cases in Tucson City Court. And
Yes.
most of these cases you have been seen on already. The one that you have not been seen on, you were charged with failure to comply with a court order. This is from today. So we're going to enter not guilty plea. I'm going to order that you obey the protective order. All your other conditions of release with the other files remain in effect. You don't have any contact with the alleged victim and stay away from the incident location. Let's see. We're going to appoint, or I guess reappoint, the city public defender and set a video review for you for March 17th at 1:45. And set a bond in the amount of 500. If you bond out, still be the same court date and time with you there in person though. March 17th, 1:45, and this will be at Tucson City Court. Okay, you're excused.
Can you name me, please, sir?
What's that?
Your Honor, I asked if I could lower the bond, due to the fact that all I have, with us, I live with my mother, and all we have with us is a, SUV from 2003.
Well, sir,
Or even, I would never miss the second to appear.
No, okay? You can talk to your attorney about it when you meet with him or her. All right? You're excused.
That's me. Have a seat. Can you put them here? Yes.
Hello, what is your name?
Hello, Destiny Riley. Razo, sorry.
Your new case is criminal damage, domestic violence, criminal damage. And no, the criminal damage is non-domestic violence. The domestic violence is domestic violence assault. And then you have an older case of disorderly conduct and assault from last year. And another older case, this is also from last year, domestic violence, criminal damage, domestic violence, disorderly conduct, and criminal damage. I'm going to order that you not have contact of any kind with Preston Heymore. Stay away from his home and workplace. Don't commit any acts of domestic violence. No alcohol or illegal drugs. Bond is set in the amount of $1,000. The city public defender is appointed. And your court date at Tucson City Court is March 19th at 1:30. That will be on video. If you post the bond and are released, it'll still be the same date and time at Tucson City Court, but you should show up in person. And I believe that's it. You are excused. What number is that?
102. 103 is Spanish speakers, so I'm looking down.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Okay, got it. Hello, what is your name?
Alexis. Baranga.
Okay. One moment. All right, you were charged with failure to comply with a court order. I saw you last night. I ordered that you not have contact with Omar Cunningham. And the allegation is that you went and had contact with him any.
Well, okay, wait.
Don't talk. Once again, I will order no contact. The city public defender is appointed to represent you. Same conditions as last night. $1,000 bond. March 19th, 1:30 is your video review hearing at Tucson City Court on all three of your charges. And stay away from his home and workplace. You're excused.
Here with the bingo. That's it. Thank you.
Hello, what is your name?
My name is Luis Valencia.
I say your last name again.
Valencia.
Ballot.
Valencia.
Okay, got it. Let's see. History tab. All right, so you have newer cases in Tucson City Court. You've already been seeing those. The most recent one is from today. You were charged with possession of drug paraphernalia. And it looks like your last court date was February 19th. You failed to appear on that and also failed to failed to stay in contact with your appointed public defender. You're going to enter a not guilty plea on the most recent case. All the other cases, whatever the conditions of release were on those, remain in effect. And we're going to order no alcohol or illegal drugs and that you not return to the incident location. The city public defender is reappointed and your bond is set in the amount of 500. And we are going to give you a video review date of March 18th, 1:45. If you are released prior to that date, April 14th at 9 o'clock will be your out of custody date. You're excused. Hello, what's your name?
Su vida.
I'm sorry, say again.
Jesus Vida.
Moment. Via?
Yeah.
Okay, one
Yeah.
moment. All right. 4 cases in Tucson City Courts. 2 of them you've already been seen on. The ones you have not been seen on yet, you were charged with criminal trespassing. This is from May 8th of last year. And a failure to appear on that. And then the most recent one is from today. You were charged with criminal damage. Let's see. Okay. You're gonna enter a not guilty plea on the new charges. Don't return to the incident locations. No alcohol or illegal drugs. And looks like there's also a petition to revoke your probation from a case from 2021. Domestic violence, criminal damage, and domestic violence disorderly conduct. The allegation being that you violated conditions of probation and that you failed to submit proof of enrollment in domestic violence counseling. Will enter a denial of that allegation. And let's see. Oh yeah, that's this one. Let's see. You are facing jail time, so we'll appoint the city public defender to represent you. Bond is set in the amount of $1,000. And it's gonna be judge. What are we supposed to put down if it's surreal? Just put her name down anyway.
Put her name. It's gonna be one of those.
Well, unless somebody else wants that courtroom in her office, we'll just put her name.
That's what- Switch before.
Thank you. Okay, we'll set a video review for March 18th at 1:45. If you post the bond and are out of custody by then your out of custody date would be April 1st at 9:30. And the public defender will be representing, the city public defender will be representing you. Okay, you're excused. Hello, what is your name? You're muted.
One more time.
Jason Baez.
Jason Baez, okay, thank you. Here we go. Mr. Baez, you were charged with aggravated assault accomplice. We're gonna order that you not have contact of any kind with the alleged victim, stay away from the incident location. No alcohol or drugs and no firearms or other weapons. The state is recommending that I hold you on a $25,000 bond, and we will hear from defense counsel.
Your Honor, we would ask that you release Mr. Baez to pretrial services supervision. Pretrial scored him at a 2. He has no prior misdemeanor or felony convictions of any kind. He has no prior failures to appear. He is only 18 years old. Pretrial services was able to confirm housing and employment for him. And I understand from the interim complaint that he did turn himself in. I think that proves that he's able and willing to comply with resolving this case. Given his age and his lack of criminal history, we would ask that you release him to pretrial.
All right, thank you.
Then, Your Honor, I do have to amend one thing that I put in my recommendation.
Okay,
I had noted at the top, I said that he was a juvenile. I did my math incorrectly. He's not a juvenile. He is 18. However, that doesn't change anything in my comments about this involving a firearm and that he's by age not allowed to have a firearm until he's 21. And then also in response to Ms. Johnson's comments about no failures to appear, pretrial services indicates otherwise. His FTA score is 4. So he has to have had some failures to appear. And then the state also has a concern about the discrepancy between the residents because he says he can live with his sister, but his co-defendant sister says that or he said that he lives with his sister, but his co-defendant sister denied that he lives with her. So that's a concern as well.
Okay. You say on here that he has a significant juvenile record. Oh yeah, you did indicate juvenile. Okay, he's not one. All right.
Right. He's not a juvenile, but he does have a juvenile record,
Right.
according to pretrial services.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Anything else on the amount of the bond?
No, only that the bond recommendation is based on the state's concern for safety to the community.
Thank you. Was there something that, oh. There you go. All right, bond is set in the amount of 5,000. March 18th, 1:30 is your next court date, and the public defender is appointed to represent you. And I think we need to add something else here.
Is it secured or?
You've secured, you can.
Don't have contact with the co-defendant. The bond is cash or security. And March 18th, 1:30, public defender. You're excused. Good evening. What's your name?
Jose Manuel Gomez,
Mr. Liberty.
24 April 1995.
He needs a Spanish interpreter, Your Honor.
Right.
The
interpreter's ready.
Okay. Well, he told me his name. You are charged with aggravated driving under the influence, driving under the influence while your license is suspended for a DUI.
Gomez?
No.
Nope. I'm sorry, Your Honor, I think that's for Mr. Martinez. I think Mr. Gomez is here for a misdemeanor. I could be wrong.
Oh. Okay. Oh, here it is. Comments. Thank you. Down. You have 8 different cases, sir. The only one that you have not already been seen on, you are charged with possession of drug paraphernalia and failing to appear in court. Is the interpreter there?
Your Honor. Can you hear me, Your Honor?
I can now.
Okay. May I interpret what you just said?
Yes, you may.
Okay. Señor Gámez, a usted se le acusa, tiene 8 diferentes casos y el único que no, por lo que no se le ha visto es por posesión de accesorios de droga y también una por falta de comparecencia.
Your conditions of release on this new charge is that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, and that you not return to the location of the alleged incident.
Bueno, señor, las condiciones de liberación van en esta acusación nueva es de que usted no debe de poseer ni consumir ninguna bebida alcohólica ni tampoco drogas ilícitas y tampoco debe de regresar al lugar del incidente.
On your other cases, previous conditions of release remain in effect.
Y las condiciones de liberación previas en los otros casos se mantienen firmes y se confirman, siguen vigentes.
Because of your history of failing to appear in court, I am going to hold you on a $500 bond and appoint or reappoint the city public defender to represent you.
Y debido a su falta de comparecencia, voy a ordenar que usted siga detenido con una fianza de $500 y voy a volver a asignar al defensor público para que lo represente.
We're going to set a video review for you for March 18th at 1:45.
Y vamos a fijar una audiencia de revisión por video el día 18 de marzo a la 1:45 de la tarde.
If you post the bond and are released prior to that date, out of custody date is April 9th at 9 a.m.
Y si usted paga la fianza y sale libre, entonces usted debe comparecer el día 9 de abril a las 9 de la mañana.
And I believe that covers it. You are excused.
Y con eso cubrimos todo por el día de hoy. Ya se puede retirar.
Hello, what is your name?
Aló, ¿cómo se llama usted?
Jaime Sauceda.
Jaime Sauceda.
You were charged with aggravated driving under the influence, that is driving under the influence while your license was suspended for prior DUI.
Bueno, señor, usted está aquí porque se le acusa de conducir con agravantes bajo la influencia. Usted se le halló conducir bajo la influencia con una licencia suspendida por un DUI previo que ya tenía.
I'm going to order that you not drive without a valid license and that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. Also, that you have no contact with the alleged victim and stay away from the incident location.
Señor, voy a ordenar que usted no puede conducir un vehículo sin una licencia válida y vigente. También voy a ordenar que usted no puede poseer o consumir bebidas alcohólicas ni drogas ilícitas y que usted no puede tener contacto con la presunta víctima, que se mantenga alejado del lugar del incidente.
The county attorney is recommending that I hold you on a $25,000 bond with pretrial services supervision if that bond is posted.
Y el fiscal del condado está recomendando que a usted se le fije fianza, que se le mantenga detenido y se le fije fianza de $25,000 y que quede bajo la supervisión de los servicios previos al juicio si es que deposita la fianza.
¿Verdad?
Yeah,
Un momento.
I'll hear from, defense counsel and
Okay,
Voy a escuchar al abogado defensor.
okay, just a moment, Your Honor. Your Honor, he does have an ice hold. Given that, we would ask for $1,000 back for time credit.
Bueno, su señoría, dice su abogada defensora, estamos solicitando a nosotros que se le fije sí tiene una orden de retención de la agencia de ICE y por lo tanto se le fije una fianza de $1,000 por el tiempo que ya ha estado detenido.
I didn't see where he has an ice hold. Let me check
Your
again.
Honor, I can confirm that with jail records just now.
Oh, okay. All right. We'll hear from the state.
Ahora vamos a escuchar al fiscal, dice el juez.
Your Honor, the state's recommendation of $25,000 is based upon the danger to the community. He caused a collision while driving under the influence. He does have a history of misdemeanor DUI. It's a little bit old, but it is a history of misdemeanor DUI. The state would object to a low or nominal bond that based on the ICE hold, because if he posts the bond, then we lose him to ICE, and it's very difficult to get them back, and we can't continue with the case. Sorry, interpreter.
That's okay. Dice la señorita fiscal que la postura del fiscal y del estado es de que a usted siga y se le fije una fianza de $25,000 basándose en el historial que usted tiene y que usted causó un choque manejando bajo la influencia y que también tiene un historial de DUI. Es un poco antiguo, pero de todas maneras es un delito menor, pero de todas maneras es un DUI. Y entonces nosotros nos oponemos a que se le fije una fianza solamente simbólica, basándonos en que fue un delito peligroso y un peligro a la comunidad. Y si el señor deposita la fianza, lo vamos a perder a la agencia de ICE y después ya no vamos a poder continuar con el caso.
We're going to step bond in the amount of $20,000 and appoint the the county public defender to represent you with a court date of March 18th at 1:30.
Señor, le voy a fijar fianza de $20,000 y voy a designar al defensor público del condado para que lo represente. Su próxima audiencia va a ser el 18 de marzo del 2025 a la 1:30.
All right? You're excused.
Y se puede retirar por el día de hoy. And Your Honor, this is the interpreter. Can we check with the jail to see if there's more Spanish speakers?
Are there any more Spanish speakers for this evening?
Your Honor.
Okay,
May the interpreter be excused, Your Honor.
you may. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good night.
Caitlin Clemens?
You are charged with aggravated assault I am going to order that you not possess any firearms or other weapons and do not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. Also, no contact of any kind with the alleged victim. Stay away from the incident location and do not have contact with your co-defendant. The state
Okay.
is recommending that I hold you on a $50,000 bond. We will hear from defense counsel.
Services release. Again, she did turn herself in. This is her first felony arrest of any kind. Pretrial Services was able to speak with her uncle, who confirmed housing and that she is employed full-time as a manager. Given that, we would ask you give her an opportunity on Pretrial Services release.
All right, thank you. We'll hear from the state.
Your Honor, the state's recommendation, and if you note, my recommendation was higher for her than it was for the co-defendant because she was the person that used the weapon. The state is concerned for community safety because the weapon was used, and then also concern about the concealment aspect and the running away when police arrived. Also, to let you know kind of where I was getting my information from. I noted on the pretrial services that she had the post-adjudicated warrant for Tucson City Court case. I went over to the city court website, the public access, and not only does she have that one case that is a post-adjudicated warrant, which I think might be for disorderly conduct, but I did note multiple previous arrests for assault, disorderly conduct, and contributing to a delinquency of a minor. So I just want to let everyone know where I got that information. It was from the public website.
All right, thank you. And we'll see her on that misdemeanor as well. Okay, bond is set in the amount of 20,000 and the legal defender is appointed. Your court date is March 18th at 1:30. As the county alluded to, there is a misdemeanor case that has already been adjudicated, but there is a petition to revoke your probation on that matter, alleging that you failed to provide proof of anger management, parenting classes, and alcohol treatment as ordered. And we will enter a denial of those allegations. Let's see here. It does not appear that you're facing any potential jail time on this. Nonetheless, I'm going to appoint the city public defender anyway, and we'll hold you on this matter on a $500 bond. And we'll set a video review for March 18th, 1:45. Oh, yeah, it is, isn't it? Okay. Okay, video review is March 21st. at 1:45 since the 18th conflicts with the felony date. And then if you bond out or are released April 10th, 9 o'clock would be your out of custody date.
Any questions?
I'm sorry?
I'm sorry, I was asking her if she had any questions.
Oh, okay. All right, you're excused.
Samantha?
Morning,
What is your name?
Samantha Laprada.
You are charged with felony flight with aggravated assault on a peace officer without injury, 2 counts. The state is asking for a bond of 50,000. I am gonna order that you not initiate contact with the alleged victim, stay away from the incident location. No alcohol or drugs, don't drive without a valid license. And the state's asking for a $50,000 bond. We'll hear from defense counsel.
Your Honor, I would ask that you impose a nominal bond for Ms. Laprada given the federal detainer.
Yeah, I would like to take care of that.
Proceedings.
Okay, federal detain. Federal. There is a federal detainee. All right, we'll hear from the state.
Your Honor, the state's bond recommendation is based on several factors. One, in terms of her prior felony criminal history. In addition to within that, she has several prior probation revocations, which indicate an unlikelihood of complying with court orders. The facts of this case, although the charges are class 5s, are disturbing and present a significant risk to the community. Her behavior in this case by refusing the officer commands, dragging the officer with her vehicle, fleeing from the officers, and then returning, or I'm not quite exactly sure how that happened, but ramming into the officer vehicle is very concerning. I would oppose no bond. I think that the bond that I suggested is appropriately reflective of both her history and the conduct in this case and the severity, or I'm sorry, the risk to the community. With regard to the federal probation hold, again, I would object to the nominal bond because you don't know what's going to happen with that federal probation hold, and we shouldn't rely upon it in determining the bond amount, in my opinion. Thank you.
All right, thank you. I think I forgot to mention no firearms or other weapons. That's a condition of release. We're going to go ahead and set bond in the amount of 50,000, along with the other conditions that I've already mentioned. Your court date is March 18th at 1:30. The county public defender is appointed to represent you. You're excused.
Please.
But
Hello, what is your name?
Bradley Penton, PNTON.
Okay. You charged with burglary in the 3rd degree. Order, no alcohol or drugs, no firearms or other weapons. And don't have contact with the alleged victim or return to the incident location. County attorneys requesting a $10,000 bond. We'll hear from defense counsel.
Your Honor, we would, given that this is a 3rd degree burglary charge, I would ask that you give Mr. Penton an opportunity on pretrial services release.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch what you said, given that it's a what now?
Non-violent property offense, given that the charge is 3rd degree burglary. I apologize.
Okay, thank you. All right. Let's hear from the county attorney.
Your Honor, based upon the defendant's criminal history, his NCA score of 6, failure to appear score of 6, the state is concerned about his further cooperation with this case, appearing for court hearings, etc. And I understand that the charge is burglary in the 3rd degree. However, I believe there is a violent nature to it, in terms of how it is that he accessed the church, by breaking the glass window or door, and then also fleeing from police as well. So I understand that he, I actually I don't know what his housing situation is, but the state is recommending a $10,000 bond.
All right, thank you. Okay, bond is set in the amount of 10,000. March 18th, 1:30, public defender appointed. You're excused.
Second. So your attorney's going to burn your opportunity. Evan.
Hello, what is your name?
Kevin Pruitt.
Mr. Pruitt, you're charged with domestic violence stalking. I'm going to order that you have no contact with Lisa Sanchez, stay away from her home and workplace. No acts of domestic violence and no firearms or other weapons. State's asking for a $30,000 bond, and we will hear from defense counsel.
Pretrial services gave Mr. Pruitt a score of 1. They were able to confirm that he does not reside with the alleged victim. They were able to confirm that he is employed. Given that, we would ask to give him an opportunity on pretrial services release.
We'll hear from the state.
Yes, Your Honor. First of all, I'd like the court to note that in this case, we have both the Form 4C, which the answers to that questionnaire indicate a high risk. In addition to, we do have input from the victim through the pretrial services report, objecting to release and that she has safety concerns. Your Honor, you have the complaint in this case. The state has concerns for community safety, for victim safety, based upon the conduct. And so I think, and also that there is a firearm involved, which is also concerning. So based upon those reasons, the state feels that a bond is appropriate, and is recommending $30,000.
All right, thank you. I am gonna set bond in the amount of 30,000 along with the other conditions of release. March 18th, 1:30, public defender appointed. and Clark Hughes.
Your Honor, did Mr. Yosu PCO get continued again?
He's not available.
All I know is that I haven't seen him yet. Is he not available?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay. Then we will continue him until tomorrow morning.
All right. Does that conclude the calendar then?
It thankfully does. Have a good evening.
Thank you. Bye-bye.